Hi, this is Daniel Hutchins, and today we're going to be talking about another article from our friend Screen Rant. So today from Screen Rant, we are talking about the X-Men and Fantastic Four crossover may have borrowed Star Wars' worst idea. When the Fantastic Four and X-Men came to blows over Marvel's most powerful mutant, it sparked a terrible reveal right out of the Star Wars prequels. And this was recent. This is hot off the truck from 4 hours ago. So here we go. Ask a Star Wars fan how they feel about the prequel trilogy of movies. It's more likely than not that you'll get a negative response. George Lucas' second trilogy of films, spanning The Phantom Menace, The Attack of Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, introduced plenty of new ideas to his galaxy-spanning sci-fi work. And while some were great, fans tend to feel like he did more harm than good. And yet, despite this fan hate, Marvel seemed set to implement one of Lucas's most unpopular additions. Okay. Written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Terry Dodson, under the aegis of Jonathan Hickman as Marvel's head of X-Men and Fantastic Four is a crossover set during the X-Men New Era, with the mutants presiding over the nation of Krakoa. Having embraced many of their former villains, their short-term goals are simple: gather and protect every Marvel mutant in one place. But here's the problem. Franklin Richards, the son of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, is one of the most powerful mutants in creation, and his parents don't want him to go. Okay. So what's the problem? Does Franklin just hate sand? The issue is that Franklin's powers are on the fritz. He's able to control reality, but he does so using a now finite supply of energy, and while his father has confirmed there is a problem, he doesn't seem overly concerned with fixing it. Dr. Doom, on the other hand, is more than happy to help Franklin unlock his powers, especially if it means siphoning off some of Franklin's unique energy while he's at it. In the process, Doom explains what's wrong with Franklin, and it's basically Star Wars Metacoins. Okay. You with me so far, though? First appearing in Star Wars The Phantom Menace, Metacoins were an attempt to explain Jedi Force powers via biological means. Present within the cells of all living things, Metacoins connect to a larger force. The more Metacoins you have, the more powerful your connection to the Force. While Metacoins don't completely ruin the mystery of the Force, they did make it far more mundane phenomenon, reducing a quasi-mystical spiritual connection to the bare facts of life. Sadly, though, X-Men and Fantastic Four seem set to follow that same path. Early in the story, Reed's notes are shown, and he theorizes about the nature of Marvel's own Force. Okay. Ever since the accident that gave them extra abilities, they've been trying to reconcile the high energy expenditure of each of our power sets with our seemingly unchanged individual energy intake. The most basic laws of physics make this seem impossible. At first I suspect we were absorbing energy from the air, possibly low-level radiation, but the numbers never had added up. Then I came across the work of Dr. Rachna Cole, who specialized in impermeability, the science of superpowers. She posited that superhumans are each connected to one of the more intradimensional sources of energy, which she dubbed God power. So now Franklin's diminishing powers would appear to lend credence to the God-powered theory, as he seems to be running out of the energy needed to use his powers. If we were to believe there is a God power source, then it's possible that Franklin's connection to that source is broken. Okay? So later, Doom, who would rather name this concept after himself, theorizes that Marvel's powered heroes, whether mutants or otherwise, tap into the god power via their mitochondria, which produce what he refers to as Von Doom particles. By Doom's reckoning, there exists a distant dimension from which any hero who generates more energy than they take in, think Cyclops' eye beams, for example, is drawn from, made possible by the presence of Von Doom particles within their cells. Now this idea isn't totally new though. However, heroes like Cloak and Reptile have been shown to derive their extra energy from specific alternate dimensions. But what is new and disappointing to see is the idea that all Marvel heroes draw their energy from the same dimension, a move which, like Metacoins, would make a wide and varied fictional world far more mundane. Happily, there is some hope though. Von Doom particles and god power are so far just a theory, but one that makes sense to two of the smartest people in the Marvel Universe. Zdarsky also seems to plant the seeds of a reversal, clearly specifying that the god power dimension is a physical place and one Doctor Doom has plans to invade. Hopefully, this team behind X-Men Fantastic Four has more creative plans than those hinted at this short 4-issue story, with Marvel having recently redirected a lot of talent to telling great stories in the Star Wars universe. So it's to be hoped that they can learn a few lessons from the mistakes that properties past, Metacoins included. So there you go, guys. That's just a little bit of information I want to share about this information. So again, if you guys like this content, make sure you hit a thumbs up and you subscribe. And you guys have a nice day then. Bye.